Welcome to another episode of Sailing Lima Charlie. This is part 1. Vanity demo and rebuild.
So I wanted to take a minute and show you my newest, somewhat major project that I am undertaking. I'm redoing the vanity area in the head area. And as you can see, I've already gotten started, taken the newly installed power box out. We've taken the sink out, and it is currently residing in the dumpster. And I'm going to be, where you see the black line here, I'm going to be cutting the countertop out at that point. The reason I'm not taking the back portion out is that underneath it is fiberglassed to the hull, so it provides some stability. So I'm going to leave the back portion in, but it will be hidden because I will have a vertical bulkhead that will come all the way up to the top and go all the way down to the hull at the bottom. Obviously it'll come down at an angle if you can see how the boat hull shape changes. All of the plumbing, of course, will be changed. You can see that this was the drain pipe for the sink when it actually worked many years ago. This is the on-off through hull valve. And it's all going to get painted and that kind of thing. And I will continue to film this as I go through the destruction process and as I go through the reconstruction process. I have an idea of colors and type of materials that I want to use, but those ideas may and likely will change as I get into the project. Such as I'm debating whether or not to use tile and that kind of thing. Here you can see the material that I have taken out of the head area so far, where the vanity is. Fiddles, side pieces. This was the door that led to, or opened up to, I guess you would have called it a medicine cabinet, or it's where the medicine cabinet would have normally been. But behind this door was just an empty void where you could lose stuff. Tell you a little bit about the cabinet door here. You'll notice that this cabinet door, which is in the chart table compartment or underneath the chart table, is the same size as this door, which came out of the head vanity area. I'm going to use both of these doors in the bathroom vanity area, so when I rebuild the front of this, the two doors will be here instead of this setup as we have it here. And I'm going to have shelving back here, and I'm going to have a pull out. In other words, you open the left side cabinet door and there will be a tray that pulls out that you can, with dividers in it, and you can put a whole bunch of stuff in there. And I will have storage back here. You'll see that as I put it together. And then in place of, get it here. In place of the door here underneath the chart table, I will be installing this door. And as you can see, this door is shorter, and it looks to be just a touch wider too. So where this cabinet door will have gone, I'll need to splice in pieces of plywood in order to get this shorter door to fit. So that's another part of the project. But anyway, that's it for now. And as I say, I'll keep you updated on how this whole project goes. All right, the cut has been made along the back, and the countertop cometh out. And I'll be using that as a guide. So there were a couple of drawers that fit in here that were almost non-functional, but now at least I can see down in here and get some measurements on how this back bulkhead will come down and meet the hull of the boat at the bottom and meet the ceiling, I'm going to go ahead and call it, at the top. So progress. So I got all of the screws out of the front here, and it still wouldn't release. And I looked a little closer, and I don't know if you can see down there, but the front at the bottom is fiberglassed to the hull, the bottom of the hull. So I've got to take my multi-tool, my trusty DeWalt multi-tool, and I've got to cut this fiberglass away. And then, of course, when I put the new front on, I'll have to refiberglass that. Yay. All right, I think I've got enough of that cut out of there, and the sides, I have the screws out of there. And voila, looky there. She is out. And there it is. And I actually got it out intact without breaking it. So I can use that as a perfect guide, width and height, for the replacement piece. One thing I do want to mention is that it will be higher than this because I'm not 3 foot 5 inches tall. I'm 6'1". So I'm going to probably have it be about 3 to 4 to 5 inches higher. The countertop will be that much higher than what it was. And I think that will work quite well. But the good news is I'll be able to follow this pattern along the bottom, which is sloped, as you can see, due to the shape of the hull. So there we go. guys. So if you're wondering what I'm up to, you can watch the next couple of video clips, and they'll give you an idea of what I'm doing. For right now, I'm just sanding out this vanity area so that I can prime and paint it, and that's what I'm up to. So take a look at the next couple of video clips and you'll be able to see what I'm doing here. All right, talk to you later. Okay guys, so what I'm up to now in the vanity area, you can see I painted the primer on, and then I'll put the finishing semi-gloss white paint on later today. But what I'm up to right now is building a template for the back bulkhead of this vanity. And I'm using a thin, I think they're called garden stakes, and I cut those to length and mark the length on the ends of the strips, and then down at the bottom I cut them as I continually cut them down until they just barely touch the hull. And that gives me, as you can see, the one on the right is longer than the other two so far, and that gives me a contour. And then what I'll do at the end when I'm finished is I'll take this cross piece off here, probably reinforce it with a couple of more cross pieces, and then I'll be able to lay that on my plywood and mark out the pattern and cut it accordingly. And I may need some fine tuning as I actually install the real piece of plywood that represents that back bulkhead. But it'll be really, really close. And so I've got two more to do here. This is one that I've already measured and marked, and it's ready to be glued on. I'm gluing these on using a glue gun. This is the deal here, and it works really well. This is the first time I've ever used a glue gun, and it's kind of fun and it works. All right. Give you a little update on the vanity area. As you can see, I've got it all painted and primed and prepped and all that kind of stuff. And this is the first piece of the basically three-piece parts or pieces that will be necessary for the new vanity. So this is the back panel here. There will be about a 13-inch square cutout here for a medicine cabinet of sorts. And then there will be, you see the line here, that's where the old countertop used to be. The new one will be 3.5 inches higher. And it'll come out here, and the old countertop used to come out to here, and I'm going to extend it all the way out to the door jamb here. And then of course there'll be the front with the two cabinet doors, as I've talked about earlier. And so I'm very happy so far. I finally got this back panel to fit, which took just a little bit of doing. The biggest thing and the most difficult part was getting the contour right here. But I will fill this area under here, and I'll lay a piece of fiberglass right in here to give more rigidity and security to the boat and to this area. Another thing I wanted to show you, a project that I've kind of been doing on the side. If you look at these, the lenses in these two port lights, you can see that they're nice and clear and beautifully tinted. And if you look at these over here, you can see that they are crazed and in very, very bad condition. So what I did is, what I wanted to do was to replace these, just the lens part, and just go to a plastic store and have them cut out new lenses for the port lights. And I did just that. So let me show you what I have here. So this is one of the new ones that was cut out. They just used one of the old ones as a pattern. And then, so as you can see, I got two more to go there. And then this is one of the ones that was replaced. You can see what poor condition it is in. The only problem that came about as a result of this is that this material is thinner by 4/1000ths of an inch. And so I had to shim in order to get it to be watertight. The other thing I want to show you is, in order to do this, if any of you have a boat similar to mine with these kinds of port lights, the problem with replacing these lenses is getting the dogs, these are called dogs, getting the dogs out. Getting the hinges out is not a problem at all. But getting these off, what you have to do is remove this cap that's right here. And there's two ways of doing it. One is to get a thin instrument and pry it out, which I did to one of them. And it basically just really marred up the edge of the cap, and it looks kind of crappy. So I'll clean it up as best I can. But then what I thought is, what if I were to, just like the same process I would use to take a bung out of wood, what would happen if I just took a drill, put it in the middle? The boat's moving, so it's hard for me to do this. So put a small tiny drill in the middle, drill it down on the screw that's underneath, and I don't know if you can see or not, but it is starting to budge out of there. So I can now grab these edges and pull that out. But that's a much less messier process than trying to pry out the edges. So you take that out, there's a Phillips screw underneath, and then the whole thing comes apart. Do it on both sides and you're good to go. So I thought I'd do a little show and tell. I'm working from home today, and I'm working on the Vanity, this is my inventory of what's been done so far, and I'll go through it piece by piece. This is the front panel, which will go, you know, at the very, excuse me, the very front where the cabinet doors go in this area. This is the back panel, painted, primed and painted at the bottom. This is a support for the countertop. And then where I haven't painted up here is where this peel and stick tile is going to go. So far it's working out pretty good. Here's where the electrical box is going to go. The sides of the opening here will, as I said before, it will be a shadow box, and they will be, this will be lined with melamine rectangular things. The countertop is here, and as you can see, I've cut out the area for the sink. I picked up the sink. It's plastic from a RV supply place, the only place I could get one small enough, and that at one point in time fit perfectly in here, and it will again. There we go. So that's there, and then the faucet here will go just behind it, and this naked wood here, plywood, will be covered in the black Formica that I've been using throughout the boat. One of the more interesting stories of this project, as I said earlier in the video, I'm going to take the cabinet door off the chart table area and install a smaller door there so that I can use this door on the front of the Vanity. So I took that door off and then I matched it up with the door that was already on the old Vanity. Can anybody spot a problem? Yep, that's right. The handles are on the same side. And if you turn it upside down, of course, then you have one handle high and one handle low. So what I'm going to do after long thought is I went out to a hardwood place that sells exotic woods, and they had a veneer. They did not have mahogany, so what I did is I bought cherry, and let's see if I can find the and this is the original cherry. I'm going to open this up so you can see it. So that's the cherry as it comes out of the package. It's 1/16 thickness. So what I did is I took and cut a strip out of that cherry and stained it with a dark stain. So it looks like that, and it comes pretty darn close to matching the wood on the cabinet doors. I'll just need to put a little gloss on it, or semi-gloss probably. But anyway, so I'll cover those handles with the wood here, the veneer, and then I will put a knob on each door to be able to open and close the door. And I still need to refinish these doors too. But that was an interesting problem, and hopefully a very good solution. So that's the project up to now. And now I have to do a little bit of fine tuning to these three pieces and then do the installation. So there we go for now.